Welcome back to some more Let's Play Cave Story Plus. Last time, we did a whole bunch, including getting many very powerful upgrades for ourselves, and thank goodness, it couldn't have come a moment too soon. Still, today, we need to go back to the egg corridor and see what Kazuma wanted. So, let's get going. Ooh. Notice things have changed quite a bit. Hey there. There was a violent explosion all of the sudden. Everything was like this after I came back around. What the heck is going on? Yeah, things have changed, that is for sure. This is where, frankly, having the Booster 2.0 as well as the Spur is really going to help you out, because frankly, you're going to want the firepower and mobility. Now, while you don't have to kill everything, it certainly helps because it'll keep you from taking nearly as much damage. Yeah, look how quickly the Spur dispatches enemies. It is insane how powerful this thing is. Plus, with our booster, we can get things pretty easily. Look at that damage. Oh, it's so good. And in this treasure chest, we have more maximum missiles. Very nice for the upgraded missile launcher. Ow. Yeah, admittedly, the game is really going to start picking up in difficulty, so don't be too surprised if things are really gonna start hurting. There's more traps, bigger enemies, a whole lot is pretty different. Yeah, I mean, just look at this place. Spike traps and everything. It's not exactly the most friendly location. Luckily for us, we have the ultimate weapon, so it's nothing we can't handle. Still, it is kind of brutal having to fight all these very powerful enemies. Plus, you gotta watch your head. The spikes that are up above, they'll hurt. Usually, if you just keep moving, you should be okay. And usually the Spur can handle just about anything that comes your way. Yeah, don't let those enemies explode. They do a lot of damage. Still, that's what you should come to expect at this point in the game. Things are really mean in business. Which, hey, fair enough. You have the ultimate gun, so of course they'd really hurt. Whew. Careful now. Ow. I am playing a very dangerous game right now. Woo. Excuse me, Mr. Bug. Thank you for the health pickup. I will very much so appreciate that. Ooh. Yeah, careful. The falling rocks and such are definitely going to hurt if they hit you. Oh, goodness. This place kind of got trashed. And we get another maximum missile increase. And a cold breeze blows through. It's boss time, which, oh good. What a time for boss time. We were extremely hurt. So it's not all that surprising that, yeah, we didn't stand a big chance. Admittedly, the boss isn't all that bad, but, I certainly need to be a lot more careful in here. And frankly, this is where running through an area is kind of, preferred, admittedly. Obviously, try your best not to take a ton of damage, kill what you can along the way, but sometimes it's better to not fight and not get damage than it is to try to fight and take a whole bunch of damage. Now, if you need supplies or other things, that's one thing. But there's a good risky run of taking more damage than you would have by, fighting, trying to get things, than just running away. So sometimes you gotta really weigh your options. Luckily, too, we've explored most of this area, so it's not like we're seeing anything incredibly new. Sure, everything's a bit different, but it's still the egg corridor. Whew, there we go. Now, I will say, one of the bad things about the Spur is while you're holding the fire button, you can't enter doors or interact with things. So sometimes that messes me up a little. It's not too big a deal, it's just something I notice. Whew. Yeah, let's not let you detonate, shall we? There we go. That's really where I went wrong last time, is that thing did what? 30 health, which is well over half of what we have. So, yeah, it's good not to take all that damage. 1 or 2 here and there adds up, but an immediate 30 is kind of brutal. Go. Whew. All right. Luckily, we're already back. Didn't take that long. Seeing as we get a missile increase, why not put them to the use? Come on, baby. Now, I believe these guys have a thing where, yeah, when they open their mouths, that's when you want to hit them. I think if their tongue is out, you can also still hit them. These guys aren't really all that bad, but they can trip you up pretty easy. Uh-oh. Let's switch back to the spur. Yeah, there we go. See? We didn't even take damage that time. And we defeated the sisters. Not bad. And luckily, they give you a nice little save point. How gracious. Let's, get moving. Ooh. Yeah, that's super mean that they put that, spike right there above you as you exit. There are some mean things in this game, but I think that's amongst the meanest. Whew, thank goodness. Yeah, I don't even know what I'd be doing at this point if we didn't have the spur. It is insane how good this weapon is. Ooh, nice little side room. I will absolutely take the time to refill my missiles. Thank you very much. And of course, save our game. Like that big egg hatched. Text appears on screen. Incubation successful. Who's over there? Oh. Oh, it's you. I didn't know if you were safe or not. I'm the only person here. After you took off to Sand Zone, we sped up preparations for securing an escape. It was then that misery showed up. Sue was taken away. And Professor Booster, he disappeared somewhere. The doctors apparently acquired the flower seeds, but I'm not blaming you. The doctor's victory was certain from the moment he acquired the demon crown. Only a matter of time before his Mimiga army is ready to attack the surface. If that does happen, it'll be futile to try to defeat the doctor, even for you. You have no choice but to run from this place. Anyway, an escape is possible, but only by using a flying dragon. That's why I came here all on my own, for the flying dragon that I need hatched safely. Want to escape with me? No. I see. Truth be told, there is one way you can change the Mimiga back into their original state. Destroy the island's core. The island may collapse if you do destroy the core. Is it too dangerous a choice for you to make? Either way, I don't know where to find the core. If you really want to try and do it, then I'll wait for you. But I may need to flee the island at any time if it gets too dangerous for me. So yeah. Kazuma will wait out here with the dragon should you change your mind. This is one of the possible endings you can get, regardless of any of the choices you've made to flee the island. This is probably amongst the worst endings you can get. It's grim, it's dark, it's not wonderful. But hey, we finally made it outside the island and are greeted by some really great music. I always loved this song. And if you see, there's a hidden little area we can go down here. Check it out. It's the Little House. Who are you? Where'd that husband of mine go? Have you seen my husband? Well, we actually have, funnily enough, their husband is down in the graveyard. So, now is a good time to go back and get him. Though, there are things out here for us to grab, which I want to make sure we do. Besides, we haven't seen this area, so let's give it a look. It's a very vertical inclined place, make no mistake about it. Let's say, yeah, it's pretty large. There's also an item out here that you probably need to get. So, make sure you go out of your way to do that. We'll, of course, be grabbing it, but it's up a little ways. Whew. I will say it is nice that all the items bounce to the left here, because clearly the island's moving pretty quick. Whew. Goodness. All those projectiles. Yeah, some of the platforming at this point in the game is a little sketchy. I wouldn't blame you if you're, a little worried about what you're doing. And of course, welcome the return of some of the worst enemies, the gosh darn sand gators. They're back with a passion. Now, I want to say that the thing we're looking for is up in one of those little crevices. So, just keep your eye out. You should be able to find it pretty easy. I don't remember exactly where it is. I just know it exists. Like I said, it's been a minute since I've actually played the game this far. Oh, come on now. Here I am with the improved booster, and I'm still messing things up. Eesh. Well, it's not all bad. At least you can usually recover it from any mistakes you happen to make. Yeah, these little, like, kitty ghosts, they're a very interesting enemy that you don't, I think, see anywhere else in the game, which is kind of interesting. Let's see here. I think I definitely went past it. Oh, I never remember where it is. I think it's... Well, we'll be back down in a minute, so that's fine. Huh? Who are you? Don't kill me. I'm a human. I was turned into a Mimiga by magic. You mean you're not a killer robot? You startled me pretty badly by coming in so suddenly. Are you here to save us? I, guess so. I'm Ito. I'm one of the humans who came to study the island. Misery gave me this lovely new Mimiga appearance. I could probably run away, but take a look at me and how I am now. I'm stuck. I must have climbed all the way up the wall from outside. I'm quite a capable engineer, but I also have an innate fear of heights. I shouldn't have come to such a place like this floating island. Yeah, that doesn't sound like a great idea if you have a fear of heights. Still, after saving our game, let's go back out and try to actually find that item. I remember it being pretty fairly well hidden for what it's worth. Still, the return trip down isn't nearly as bad as the trip up. Just remember, though, you are going to have to make the trip back up at some point, so that kind of sucks. Ow. Yeah, these guys do a fair amount of damage. But hey, that's to be expected with how far we've come. I will say, though, I think it's a lot of fun just dropping down completely and totally, you know, going down. And yeah, here's where it was. I thought it was here. You just need to press down and you'll enter the clock room. By grabbing this item, you've now enabled yourself to, count things. The 290 counter. Something is described on the counter. This I present to you, the challenger, in anticipation of your determination. Show me your best. That is an item that I believe you need in order to get the true ending. I don't remember if it is required, but there's no sense in skipping it, so may as well grab it. And, at this point, well, it's time to go back and get that little guy. So, back we go. That's the only unfortunate thing about this part of the game, is that, frankly, it's very backtrack heavy. And to be completely honest, thinking about it, we're going to have to come back here for something else anyways. So let's instead head back up. And, oh my goodness, if I can actually platform, we'll be back anyways for it. Now, I will explain the thing that you get from the guy. For bringing back the little husband, he will trade for you a different weapon. Don't worry, you're not going to lose the spur. You instead would trade the blade. When you trade the blade, you get an item called Nemesis. Nemesis is probably the second best weapon in the game for some strange reasons. It's unique in one fact. Instead of leveling up, it levels down exclusively. Any experience that the weapon gets makes it way less powerful. It's an ideal weapon for people who don't care about picking up items and just grabbing, you know, only necessities. Skipping all the EXP that they can, or, you know, if you get hit a whole bunch, it might be a very nice weapon for you. Now, I will say, it is funny, because once you hit level 3, it does shoot little rubber duckies, which is kind of cute. I will say, overall, Nemesis is probably a better weapon than the blade for certain things, especially for a certain mechanic that is going to become readily apparent soon enough. But overall, I think I would recommend sticking with the blade. Besides, it's a lot more special of a weapon. I mean, come on. King kind of died for that. So, you know, maybe don't get rid of the memento of one of, I guess, your friends. I like keeping a hold of the blade, though Nemesis is a really, really good weapon. Plus, with things that are to come, it makes sense why you might want it over the blade. Still, frankly, at this point in the game, if you have the spur, you really don't need to worry about any other weapons. You're good to go. Passage, huh? Alright. What's in here? Statue chamber. Halder. A Narupone. Miyakito. The current doctor. And this guy. Interesting. Looks like those are all people who have held the crown. You notice there is a door down there, but there's really no way for us to get that yet. So keep that in mind for later. We'll certainly be heading back. Also, I love the fact that this is where you hear the title screen music. It's such an iconic song to this game, and I love that it's actually in an area. If it wasn't, I don't know if it'd feel right. Yeah, welcome to, the plantation. And, hey, it's Curly Brace. How you doing? Who are you? Oh. Seems amnesia's set in.
This gal fell down near the spring. She doesn't remember who she is. Probably scrap metal now. Just one thing. I've heard about some kind of special mushroom that supposedly helps recover one's memory if eaten. I wonder if that'll maybe work on this poor girl too.
So yeah, some sort of special mushroom. Now, if you remember, way back when, in the same cemetery that we can find the little man, we fought mushrooms. Had I been thinking right, I would have just gone there, and then we would have started our descent, but doesn't super matter. Order of events isn't a huge issue, luckily. But we now have the other reason that we want to go back, all the way to the cemetery. We need to help Curly again. This is another requirement for if you want to get the true ending. If you don't go all the way back and get the mushroom to help Curly, you forfeit the true ending, even if you've done everything else right up to this point. That is one thing that's kind of brutal with Cave Story. There is so much you can get wrong, mess up, and miss. I don't think it's meant to be brutal in the way that it's unfair, but it is certainly there to make it so that way you have a reason to replay the game. So, in one way, I can understand that. They want you to explore, figure things out, maybe miss some things on your first playthrough, try out new things, get different weapons. It makes sense. It's just, if you're trying to do a one and done playthrough, one does all, it's kind of not possible, unfortunately. In one playthrough, you can get, I believe, every single ending. It's just, you won't be able to get every single weapon, nor will you be able to, I think there's one other thing you can't do all in one playthrough. I guess technically you can't obtain every item just because you have to get the different boosters. Whew, I'm playing a risky game. So yeah, so if you want every item, if you want every weapon, it's not possible to do it in one run. You can get every single ending should you, reload a save and go all the way back. But, it may not be worth it. And most of the endings are kind of just variations on you leave the island. Which, of course, what else would there be? Should you leave with Kazuma, you get effectively the worst ending, where you leave the island and nothing's really resolved. The second ending has you leaving the island with a little bit of resolution, but not as much as there could have been. And then there's the true ending, which of course we'll be getting. So anyways, I think at this point I'm gonna cut to when we get back to the cemetery. See you in a minute. But hey, welcome back to the cemetery. It's been a little minute. We first came here when we were pretty underpowered. Anyways, my wife's been looking for me. That's probably because I haven't been home in a long time. Fine, I'll go home. Certainly, you'll take me there, yes? So yeah, you get him in your inventory. Mr. Little. We there yet? No, sorry, pal. We got a little ways to go. But the real thing you want is up in this door you probably saw way at the beginning of the game. Finally, we're back. And, hi there.
You got some business with me?
Yeah.
Amnesia. Oh, that's terrible.
Do you want the mushroom badge? Mushroom badge? Sure.
But you don't really need it then.
No, we need it.
Wait, you really do want it?
Yeah, that's what I've been saying. Mm-hmm.
You really want it no matter what?
Yes.
Then you don't need it.
No, we do need it.
Well, then I'll give it to you.
We obtained the mushroom badge. Awesome. A mushroom badge obtained from Ma Pignon. It serves no purpose. Well, that's not helpful. Hey, that thing's a dud. You,
found me out. That's just a normal badge. Say what? You say you're going to eat me? I'm a very, very valuable mushroom, and the only one in this cave, too. Snap. Don't think for 1 minute that I'll let you eat me without, me putting up a fight. It's on!
So yeah, here is, your mushroom boss. He's admittedly very tough. Don't go underestimating him. Thankfully, the spur will help you deal with him. Just, don't be surprised if it might take you an attempt or two. He's not the easiest boss out there. Between him, doing all sorts of different attacks, there's a good chance that he'll trip you up a fair amount. Woo. It's kind of a fight where, admittedly, try to sneak in as much damage as you can, where you can, and you'll probably be okay.
I've lost.
Obtained Ma Pignon. Woohoo! So, Ma Pignon. It's said to have the power to restore memories. Thank goodness. So yeah, Don't be fooled by his tricky wordplay and the false item that he gives you. But, you know, beat him up, get him, and then bring him to Curly so she can eat him up. Pretty simple. Still, we've, done a fair bit today. Found Kazuma. We explored outside. Went back after learning some things and finding Curly. And we beat Ma Pignon to help her gain her memory back. Next time, I'll meet you back at the plantation. Otherwise, as always, I've been Bread. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.